What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Lenzito podcast with Lenzito and Akani. It's been a while. Cheers. It's not easy when you're indie. And for those who don't know what indie is, it's independent. So, when you're doing your own thing and you are sponsoring yourself, when something breaks, there tends to be a bit of a gap. So, yeah, it's good to be back. Such a lot has happened with regards to the content and the type of content that we cover. But as you can see, we've got a kusheshe behind us. We will delve in more into what it's about the culture, the lifestyle. So yeah, AK, welcome back, bro.
Yeah, no, welcome to you too, and to our guest, and to the listeners, and the viewers, and our cameraman at the back, and our sound people, and everybody. Yeah, very excited. Think those of you who know I'm from Soweto, so obviously this is one of the things that we grew up dreaming about. I don't know how it worked on the other side of the world, but yeah, so it's like a dream come true for me specifically. So yeah, as we aim to educate, inform, and inspire, today we're doing it like very practically, kicking the tires. Okay, we won't kick the tire, but just as a manner of speaking. So you can introduce our guest, and then we can kick it off. Yeah.
Yeah. So guys, next to me, I have a very good friend, and I always talk about friends, ne? Friends must be people who add value to you. You can't just be a friend that takes. And whenever I think of Mo, so next to us we've got Mohammed Rassool. Whenever I think of Mo, I think of all the times he's added value into my life. I've hosted car shows. Mo would bring his whole crew. I think some of the people when I started hosting events in Soweto, had never seen a left-hand drive, and Mo came with a station wagon E30 left-hand drive.
Many years ago.
And up till today, people will never see that car again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not where it stopped. I mean, even after that, when Mo will touch on it, when he was a supervisor at managing one of the call centers, he regularly called me to say, bro, please come motivate my team. Please come motivate my team. And I mean, obviously it wasn't for free. So I can point to a lot of times in my life where I've benefited from Mo. And I can guarantee you that it's not the first time some of you see me with Mo, and it's also not going to be the last time. There's still a lot more to come. But I don't want to make this about me. Let me allow him to introduce himself. Who is Mo? Where is Mo from? What does Mo like? What was it like as a Mo growing up?
So, yeah, Mohammed Sheikh Rassool, owner of Car Candy Inc. The business started about, I think, 8 years ago.
Okay.
And Lindsay touched on it. I was in a call center before, managing a call center. Long story short, it shut down. And when that shut...
So sorry to interject, Mo. So I want us to, when we get to the call center, to basically have context, so that people can just understand who is Mo. So tell us a bit more. You Joburg born, moved to Joburg.
Yeah. Lenz boy.
Okay.
Lenz boy my whole life. It was our best times, These things, we would look at them in the street. Just dream. Look at them. I remember on a Sunday, if my dad went to, I don't know if you guys know, there's a bakery called Lotus Bakery.
Yeah.
And they go there on a Sunday just to buy their goodies. But I knew if I got into that vehicle, while he's parked there was a specific house opposite there that every Sunday would have an E30, a VR6. And that boy was washing that car every Sunday. I knew I could see it.
Yes.
But it was just a dream. It was just something I wanted to look at, enjoy. Just enjoy those lines, the way it looked. I was a massive Alpina fan.
Okay.
I had the Alpinas on these before this.
Oh, okay.
And that's what I dreamed about. That's what I looked at and I said, one day. That's what we'd want, one day.
Interesting. So that's where the love of it started.
I think it's that. It was also, I had a cousin who passed away, but years ago, he had the opportunity to own these. You know, I remember getting to a house many years ago where I could barely just make it looking over that dashboard. I remember, all I remembered was my father saying like, "I'm going in and I'm coming out. I'll see you shortly." And when I looked over, I just saw 333, red and black. And when my father got in the car and we left, and I was like, "But this is your brother's house. Whose car's?" And he's like, "That's your cousin's car. That's what he owns, 2 333s."
Yo.
This was back in the
Way back in the day.
And that picture, funny enough, that picture just stayed with me for a long time. My father also worked for BMW. So he was with JSN for 20 odd years.
Okay. It's a car dealer, by the way.
On
Okay.
Republic, right?
So JSN was, and I could be wrong, I think initially was in Central Town. And I think the current JSN is Bryanston.
Yes.
That's the dealership.
Yeah.
But that was his job. He was a service advisor, but his passion was there for BMW. And I think that's what fell over for me, my sister as well, the love for these cars.
So you mentioned the picture that you still have of the cars. Would you say that your entire life from that day has been built around that picture?
Yeah, because it's something I never forgot about. It was added to what I would see that Sunday. It was certain houses I knew. If I passed by, I would see something in that driveway, and it's something that I liked. So it was all of that was there, and I think like all of us, it's looking at this and like, I'd love to own one. But you were young. There was no means. There was no. It was just the dream. And I think that stayed with me. And funny enough, I'm a massive VW fan. So a lot of guys that know me, know the business, know me just for E30.
Yeah.
Until today, I'm a big VW fan. So there's certain VWs I would still love to own.
Okay.
But because of seeing this all the time, always having that vision of wanting to own it. And yeah, I've been lucky. I mean, I think over the years, you know, the 2 left-hand drives I had to sell, we got into specific situations where life happens. But I think this is up to date number 8 over the years.
Yo, okay.
So-
And I thought I had a lot of cars in my history. But yeah.
So here's one question more, and you know, obviously know you from the show and shine side of things. As you know, is also involved with the spinning, and
Yes.
I always bring it up that if you look at a place like Cape Town, when we were still heavily involved with spinning, I'm talking the period between 2009 till about 2012. That was when spinning was at its peak, where Cape Townians would be traveling to PE guys would be traveling to Kimberley
watch
guys, and others to spin. And if you look at gangsterism in Cape Town during that time, it was at its lowest, because all these youngsters were now busy fixing engines. They were busy traveling, going to places. And then I think, without making it political, but I think it's the DA government that then started squashing the spinning. And you literally just saw gangsterism, going up again. Would you say that in your opinion, would you say that the love for cars is something that can take the youngsters off the street? If there's a parent now watching this thing and they've got a youngster, a teenager, would you advise them to buy a shell of a BMW and you say, you know what, this is a very good way of keeping your child busy? So it's either it's going to be from school they're going to be busy with the car, so that they don't have time to actually for
Fang and nonsense.
So what is your opinion on how the love for cars can change our communities for the better?
I mean, if I give you an example, if we drive down the road now,
Yes.
you'll get to the robot, where you'll find 4 youngsters, and I see them there almost every weekend. And when I drive past with my other vehicles, I'll never hear them. I'll never. As soon as I come down with this car,
Yeah.
they are going crazy. And for me, being busy, there's times, and I actually want to do it soon. One of the weekends, I just want to go there, stop on the side, and say, hey, get in. We're going for a drive. Because you can see how motivated they are,
Yeah.
how much love and passion there is. We don't know. He could have never sat in one. Just put him in the car and make him happy. I've picked up, with the events that we do, the charity events.
drives.
We got to an event I think about last month. And I tell you, it was emotional because as we drove in, there were a lot of guys that came and supported it with me. And then, funny enough, it was close to like 50 girls. And in my head, it was, they're not going to be excited, And I tell you, we pulled in there, and the guys with the E30s revved up
Yeah.
with this. And overall, these young girls went crazy. You could see in their face how excited they were. They were taking pictures,
Yeah.
sitting. We've allowed them to sit in cars. And just those small things that we take for granted makes a difference to the next. And the thing is, we got to be able to look after the generations coming. They're looking at this, they're dreaming about this. Let's assist them, That's why I push for the charity events and motivate them, Yes, it's a lot of money. There's times you can't just put someone in the car, you
Yeah.
might damage it. But where we can, and funny enough, to answer your question, you said, would you advise someone to get involved? I've already had clients, I've already had parents come to me and say, but Mo, we've offered this youngster option to walk into the dealership, buy a brand new car. He does not want to listen. Dad, call Mo, let's talk E30.
Yes.
And that's what it is. They know what they want. If you can afford to, it's become quite
Yeah.
pricey to buy these. But I could be wrong in the statement, but guys always ask me, because I drive this car, why are you always driving it? Aren't you scared? Aren't you going to get hijacked? I'm like, guys, I do one thing. I pray, I move. I know there's certain places I wouldn't go. There's certain times I'm home.
Yeah.
But I bought this car to enjoy.
Where you can
Yes,
avoid
and
it,
you
avoid
enjoy
it.
it.
But
Avoid it, but it's there to drive.
if it's going to happen, it's going to happen.
It's going to happen. So enjoy it.
But what do you think is so iconic about the E30 specifically? Because BMW had made many other cars before that.
And they still
They've made
making.
other cars. In fact, I remember one of the motoring journalists claims that the current generation of the 3 Series is the most beautiful that they have made and will ever make. And I'm like, I'm not so sure. But especially about the second part, that's the most. The first part where he claims that it's the most beautiful that they've ever made. Because I haven't seen people being as crazy about that or the E90 or as much as the E30 and maybe the E36. So what is it about the E30 that captured people's minds, maybe in SA or the rest of the world? What's so special?
So it's
about
so
it?
weird because I engage with a lot of clients. When they come, they buy, they pick up. You try to understand them. And I've asked so many people the question,
Yeah.
why are you buying an E30? Why the E30? There's no guaranteed or specific answer.
Okay.
I can't answer it.
Yeah.
So for
and you've sold many of
I've
them.
sold many of them, and this is the best way I would explain it. This vehicle had a few issues not too long ago, and it was I wasn't motivated. I was a bit irritated. I got to a point where, let's sell this thing. And I kid you not, the day I picked it up, I drove it from my mechanic home. All that stress, all of those, whatever I thought about doing,
Yes.
I forgot about it.
So it's very therapeutic. It's just
Let's be honest, the M20 sound
yes.
is what everyone loves.
So the M20, for those who don't know, is the model or the type of engine that comes out standard in the E30 motor.
Oh, okay.
So the one that that started just now. So the M20. Whenever someone talks M20, just know it's got to do with an E30.
Yeah. And that's it. It's the sound. I believe as well. It's the shape, the body lines of this car.
Yes.
It's just special.
Because I mean, how old is the oldest version of these?
91.
When did they come out?
80. I think it started as early as 85.
But
X.
the last
Yeah.
one was 91, or
92.
92.
92. So it was. I could be wrong again. I think 85, maybe earlier versions.
So a
Up to
design that's as
92.
old as Lindsay is still capturing
Yeah, I
Too
keep
much
telling you,
information here.
TMI.
saying aging like fine wine, even though we don't drink. Yeah. So the other thing that I wanted, and obviously those people who know me know that I used to work in insurance, and I used to deal a lot with car values, from retail value, market value, trade value.
Yeah.
E30 value on the book, according to the dealer's guide, all of them, the highest is 30,000 Rand.
Yes.
But I keep telling people that good luck finding one for even double that price. You won't find a decent or a good E30 for less than 60,000. You are known, not only in Joburg, countrywide, to be the guy that literally, and I think a lot of guys blame you as well, Mo,
Yeah.
for pushing the prices of these cars up.
To insane
Mo,
levels.
are you the one that sold an E30 for 1 million Rand? Are you the one that's selling these cars for 750,000? What do the people say when they buy? You mentioned that you asked them. What? In fact, let's be more specific. How much is what was the price of the most expensive one you sold? And what was the drive behind the buyer?
So, you brought up saying a lot of people have blamed me, and you're 100% right. There's been a lot of posts on social media. There's stuff that was sent through WhatsApp groups that come to me, which sometimes I just look and I'm like, I laugh and I put it away. And the thing what the guys have never realized from day one is, for example, if this E30 is yours, it is your car, it is you determine the value. There is no way that Lindsay will allow Mo to determine the value of the car.
Yes.
So when my platform was always there, it started. Guys used me because they saw an existing platform which was quite big, that was there. They trusted it. They weren't too happy with the country options, and it went from one to another. I mean, there's many other cars I said no to. So while you guys have seen, I think we're sitting on 116 to date sold. There's probably double or triple the amount of cars I said no to. And not because I had an issue with the owner or any other reason, but I wasn't happy with the condition. At times I wasn't happy with the price.
So it's quality over quantity.
Definitely. I could have sold, I'm telling you, I could have sold many more. But to date, my vision around this business is not only with the vehicles, but the parts I sell to the guys. I always get something in. If someone offers me something, I look at it and I say, Mo, are you using this in your vehicle? Yes, sell it. You're not using it, don't sell it. Because it's not good enough for me. Why should I sell it to you?
Yeah.
That's really what I maintain in this business. I've tried to do it with the E30s, with the pricing as well. The guys. So if Lindsay came up and said, "Hey Mo, that's the price," but if I looked at the car and I felt the condition and everything matched, I'm gonna give it a shot, and it worked. Because what the guys don't realize is, no one was forced to any deals.
Yes.
You came out there.
There's no gun held against
gun.
no one's head.
And there's the other part of people forget the reasoning behind these purchases.
Yes.
A lot of these purchases are emotional buys.
Yeah.
Are guys who they'll tell you straight. They'll come here and we become friends and we talk and they'll tell you, but no, when I was young, this was the dream. In the house there was no food, there was nothing, but we lived, and that's all we looked at. And we said, one day if we make it. And some guys will tell you straight, we made it. We're making good money now. We're going for the dream.
Yeah.
And some of, I mean, I remember a client coming to my house with a, what is it? The G-Wagon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for me, I was, wow.
Wow.
Like G-Wagon. I walked around, I was amazed in the shape, the way it looked. And he says, in our conversation, okay, Mo, he came to fetch the car, and he said, Mo, we achieved the dream. I was like, buddy, there's the dream there.
Yeah.
There's the G-Wagon there. He says, that's not the dream.
That's not a dream. Yeah.
I'm going home. He actually took that vehicle to KZN on a trailer, and he said he's going to his mum to show her he's achieved the dream.
Wow. Okay. So it's
I'm-
art.
I'm
And functional art.
I'm still not happy. Mo still didn't tell us the most expensive E30 that is sold.
think
That one's a sound bite.
I think the most expensive to date has been an IS. Funny enough, a red one.
Oh, okay.
Like that one.
Like the
there,
model one.
the model. And I think 1.2.
Thanks.
That's okay.
And then IS is what? The 325 IS?
The two-door.
Okay.
The limited
1991,
edition.
92 model.
So also, Mo, there's a story behind the E30 M3, the 325 IS, and the 333i.
Yes.
Do you mind just touching on that?
So we as South Africans go crazy for the E30 M3 because it was not made for South Africa.
Yes.
So when we see it, we
Mm.
we want that. Whereas the IS was made for us, I think,
Yeah.
because we
So the-
weren't
so the-
seeing that.
Yeah,
and
so
the
the-
333,
Yeah. So what you're saying is that the IS was
our M3.
our M3 basically.
So
Okay.
like when we were in the UK now, when we went over with Chip
Yeah.
for the show, and we were standing in front of 3 M3s.
Oh.
And for me that was
The Holy Grail.
Because you don't see
We
these
don't
things
see
where
it.
I can,
And
even
I
though
was
we
like-
love these cars.
That's it. And I looked and I was like, I probably would never see 3 of those standing next to each other ever again. Maybe. But on the other side, that owner would probably be more interested in,
The IS.
tell me more about your IS, tell
Yeah.
me more about your 333.
And then between, okay, so now we've established that the M3 E30 is a rarity because it was never made for South Africa. But then now, what is the difference then between the 333i and the
325
IS?
Look, they were both made for the South African model. Or market,
Market,
sorry.
yes.
Made for in limited numbers. In my opinion, I mean, there's obviously different engine specs,
Yep.
body specifications. I think the IS took off well just because purely of that look, with that two-door, the kit, again back to the M20 sound. I mean, there's not a guy out there that's not wanting to own an IS. I think I'm the only one. I'm funny enough, I've loved E30s, but I've never looked at an IS wanting to own one. It's always been more, the 4 doors always being more in my head. And I'm more of a chrome bumper fan. So yeah.
So and then how many you mentioned the it being exclusive. What type of numbers were manufactured between? Obviously, now I'm referring to the ones that were made for South Africa. If you take the 333i and the 325, are you aware of the type of numbers that were manufactured?
So this has been discussed a lot in many platforms, Facebook, everywhere, and you always hear different numbers.
stories.
Yeah.
You know, I won't lie and give you numbers because I don't know. But I think there's specific guys out there who do know the numbers.
Yeah.
And
Because I
we
think
could-
people sell the cars with numbers, right? Especially if it's a 333, they'll say
Yeah,
this is
that's-
number 20 or
Exactly.
number 25.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think like if you really want the right information, you probably could go to the BMW Car Club of
So,
Gauteng.
yes.
Maybe they could give us proper info.
Exactly.
You know, even better would be maybe directly BMW South Africa.
Yeah.
And be able to say, give us some proper
Information.
info on numbers, you know. But we do know, what we do know is what's left is very minimal.
Yes. Especially in very good condition like
In
this
con-
one.
Condition, a lot of people trying to revive them.
Yes.
A lot of cars sadly have left South Africa. So I've seen a few 333s ISs leaving
Oh, okay.
just because there's more demand.
Yes.
I think also if there's opportunity as the owner to get more money there,
Yeah.
you're gonna
Get,
send
it's
it
a
on.
no-brainer.
get dollars and pounds.
But which other countries are as crazy about E30s as South Africa? Or is it this a uniquely South African?
It's worldwide.
It's worldwide.
And that's what I've always, when the guys used to moan, the guys used to always moan on Facebook. Mo, this, that. And I'd be like, so I don't respond. You will never find me responding to a comment on Facebook. But when I used to before, I would say, guys, stop, understand. Look at it. It's become a worldwide hype. You go to car shows, we see it all the time. You go to a car show, you see a Lamborghini, you see a Ferrari. Let the E30 come next to it. Where's the people going to? It's something we can't explain. It's become a crazy hype. We've got, look at the music videos.
Yeah.
That's all they're asking for.
Yes.
It's what, matric ball season now? That's all I get asked. Can you assist? Can you bring an E30? That's what my daughter wants to be able to go in, to be dropped off at a matric ball,
Jeez.
So it's a hype. It's a worldwide hype.
So-
I picked up a lot. We follow social media
Yeah.
and we try to check other countries. The UK is big.
Yes.
And everywhere.
Okay.
Everywhere, it's just become a crazy hype. Everyone loves this car.
Yeah. So apart from the E30, is there any other 3 Series model that you think will ever live up to the hype and the demand of the E30, or come close to it? Because obviously there's limited numbers of these, and after I buy mine, probably Lindsay won't have a chance to get one. So, what would be the next best thing?
I've been
you
saying
think?
it. I've said this, I think, from the start of the year.
Yeah.
I said it to a few guys. I said, watch the next E30s, E36. And they were like, what do you mean? And I said, these are limited into, I don't get them like I used to before.
Oh, okay.
Before there would be a lot available to sell. They don't come easily.
Mm-hmm.
They come at a premium. And the guys are almost like, if we can't get that, we're going for the next best one, which is E36. So I've already seen an increase in inquiries.
Okay. And the E36 is which one? The Dolphin?
The Dolphin,
Yeah, Dolphin shape.
So
Okay.
Dolphin from 93,
97.
98 I think was the last.
The 90.
No, actually, I think it went
Yeah.
up about, actually,
Because remember,
2000,
if you
yeah.
because
Yeah,
if you
99,
with-
2000.
yeah, because with cars, this is, I think once it gets to October, it qualifies for the next year. So if your vehicle is manufactured in 2024 November, it can be registered as a 2025 model car.
Oh.
Okay.
So that's the
Interesting.
next one.
So the next one is the
And we can see the
Dolphin.
numbers have increased. Already trying to buy E36 M3. It's a special car. There's some big numbers.
So that's
that
what
have come.
Lindsay should start dreaming of, since he won't get his hands on one of these.
No, but so I had a motorsport, so the baby M3, and
Nice.
I've currently got 2 projects. The only reason I have the project that I have was
Yeah.
because I was let down by the guys who were selling a German spec, a yellow one. So my dream was always to build either an M3, because I had a Dolphin shape, and to me, I lean more towards the Dolphin shape. I think that's the best BM that was ever made. And sorry to the E30 guy, sorry to Mo and him. I just feel that Mo can contest. So you were saying on Lindsay's side.
Yes.
So on Lindsay's side, we had a racetrack.
Okay.
There's London Grand Prix circuit. So we used to go to drags and to all these races. The last time a South African won a F1, he used to frequent our racetrack that
Yeah.
side. So everyone that built a car built an M3 killer or an M3 eater. So we always have that allegiance to the Dolphin. So I wanted to build that, and unfortunately I got let down, and that's why now I'm like Mo. I'm busy with VWs, building 2 VWs. I'll buy mine after yours, Akani. So The other thing, and I mean, like for our listeners and our viewers, we always because we push for our followers to try and get into the mind of our guests, to try and understand where they come from. I know we've gone a bit forward, but I want us to just step back a bit. The business where it is now is successful. It wasn't always like that. When the idea started and when you started the business, you were engaged elsewhere. What were the challenges being employed and starting this thing on the side? I just want you to take us through that process, and then also, because there might be someone else who's in his 9 to 5, but they are physically there, but emotionally they are elsewhere. I want you to take us through how it started, where it was. Was it enjoyable? Were you forcing yourself to go? And when did you just decide to pull the plug to say, listen, I'm giving everything to this, to get it to where it is now? And obviously, I know we're talking now about the success stories. It was not always like that. You had a whole lot of, and I don't want to touch on it. I think it's only it's only appropriate for you to share with it, that because I really don't like when people look at the glory but they don't see the story.
And sadly, some people will never see that side or understand it. You know, they just see, they look at something like this. He's doing well, he's making money.
Say Moses cheese boy.
Exactly, you know. So it's. I always say, and I share this a lot because I wanted to motivate youngsters. I share the story where I say, losing my job was the best gift ever. And why? Because as a 9 to 5, I forced it because we needed money. Or did I really enjoy it? No. And my boss knew that. He would actually tell me at times, I know what you love. And I know you're here just to
Play the
it's a job.
bills.
But it's fine. And and that process went so quickly, we got the news, boom, boom, boom. By the time you know it, it's paper sign home.
Yo.
Way too from here. And I was never a corporate person. At that point, I was like, I'm done. I mean, I hated. Yeah, today you can see I'm in a short. I hated wearing a pants, a shirt. I hated that someone needed to say to me, get here at 8. You can only leave here at 5. You know, so coming out of that, I would say to people, while you've got your 9 to 5, I was lazy. I almost got
Too comfortable.
comfy, and in that time, after work, during work a bit, you could push the hustle.
Yes.
And I didn't because I was comfy. And I would say to someone, if there's a vision to be a business owner, then start it while you're busy. With your
Fund it with your 9 to 5.
Go for it. Keep pushing. Because that might start soon. You walk out of it and straight into that. Or like me, where I was left with nothing. Just remember all the payouts paying out every month from this fund, that fund was going straight into paying bills. There's nothing where you was, okay, I've got money now.
I
Yeah,
can
let
enjoy
me-
myself.
Literally.
Yeah, or let me, pour the capital into the business or whatever.
There was no capital.
Yeah.
Because I'll never forget when I started it, it was going to people, I need that. Sometimes I would go to a supplier and say, I need that, but I can't pay you now. But what do you mean? No, I'm coming back tomorrow. I'm bringing you money. And I'm almost taking that, getting the money from the client,
Paying
keeping
and
my
empty.
small profit, going
Keep what's
back.
left.
And then he's like, okay, this works. You're coming back. You're not letting me
You're not
down.
running.
And that's how it keeps going.
Relationships.
You know, and being honest. That's the most important thing I can say to anyone. Don't mislead anyone. Don't lie. You know, there's times I cannot get a certain product. I invoiced you for it. Boom, there's a shortage. Call your client. You know, communication is, I pick up communication, customer service is a real struggle in South Africa.
Yeah.
Talk to your client. He's just gonna be happy that you made the effort.
Yes.
But secondly, it's a simple thing. Can you get it? No. Can I have your bank details? Money back, done. You might get it 2 months later. That's a happy client.
And it's so important what you're saying, because over the past few years I've learned that, you know, being honest and being truthful is not going to get you liked by everyone, but it's going to get you liked by the right people. In fact, it's going to get you respected by the right people, and the wrong people obviously are going to they're going to ditch you because they want you to lie. They love the comfort of lies. And I think now, as you grow older, you realize I don't have time to lie, because when I lie now, I need to remember what was the last lie, and it's just a lot of work. So I think as much as you're giving the advice to say, let it be customer service, I think let it be your life service.
Yes.
Because even in your personal time, it really works. You end up having the right people around, because like you're saying, people would rather understand you coming with the bad news than for you to take the bad news and just run with it, because then you come across as a scammer.
Yes, yes. And remember, social media is there now.
Yes.
Social media can take you there and bring you down very quickly.
People have lost jobs and marriages because of social media.
Yes. Okay. So, maybe as we go towards the end, what would you say was the biggest lesson that you've learned from entrepreneurship? But I like more the lessons that you didn't think you would learn that you ended up learning, or something that you just never expected, and then you discover that, oh, actually I didn't think that the world worked like this, or that this actually works like that, or that doesn't work, or what were the lessons that you learned after you get punched in the face? You know that Mike Tyson thing, that everyone has a plan until someone punches you in the face. Then you need to.
I think it boils down to, you got to take the risks. And I was never a risk taker. Like till now, there's a lot of thoughts into things, and I've learned just to sometimes jump into it. And at times and at most times it's never that easy. You know, you're gonna face so many different obstacles on your way that's gonna push you. And I think as humans we tend to give up quickly. We'd want to just say, it's getting a bit hard. Don't, because like for me, this is my concept. When I want to give up, I remember that there's no backing here. Behind Mo, there's no mom, there's no dad. That they're there, but they've aged now. They've done everything for me. I can't go and knock in the door and say I can't make it in this month. I can't do this. So I think as soon as there's issues, we get lazy, we put under pressure, we want to give up. Don't. And I think when you're passionate about something, and you like working, while I was always grateful for the job that I had and it paid bills, I always felt like there was always days where I made excuses just not to get to that office.
Yeah.
And I've never had a day in the past 9 years where I got up and I said,
I don't want to go.
I don't want to. I actually at times of the month, I forget that I'm working. So you got to almost like check the date. Hey, whoa. It's the 20th. There's so much in the bank account. You know we're close. Right. Start pushing. You know, but it's the enjoyment of doing what you love. The other advice I would say is, and this is how I do it, it's not just a push for money.
Yes.
Like for me, my biggest blessing and what I love daily is I can go at 2 o'clock every day, take a drive, fetch my daughter from school.
Yeah.
I love that I can do that.
Yes.
I love that if it's 4 o'clock and if I feel like she needs attention because I'm running my own business, I almost give myself that hour break and I say, let's go and play. Let's have some quality time together.
Yeah.
And I can be
You
working
can
at 7
make it
o'clock.
happen, yes.
And to be honest, as in my business, it actually makes more sense to be online and on my phone at 7 p.m. Whereas at 4 p.m. people don't have time to really talk.
And the traffic.
They still others are still at work.
They're still at work. Yeah. Whereas at 7, generally someone would be like, nah, I'm not touching my phone. If you're working for someone, no ways I'm working after hours. But at 7 for me has actually become the best time because I get to interact, speak, invoice, You know,
Yeah.
that's what
As we get nearer to closing off this discussion, because we don't do interviews, we do discussions. My question to you, Mo, is would you advise someone to first go into a 9 to 5 environment and then start your business, or would you advise them to go straight from school into business? Because like yourself, I also started in corporate and then went into business, and there's some lessons that are very valuable that you get from working for someone, from taking instructions. I just feel that it makes you giving instructions more thoughtful because you've been on the other end. What is what is it that you are grateful for that you learned taking instructions and working for someone, having someone tell you be here at 8, you can only leave at 5? What are those lessons that you were able to take into your business today? At things that, you know what, if I never worked 9 to 5, I would have never had the discipline to do what I'm doing now.
I would definitely say, most definitely do the 9 to 5. There's a lot of lessons to it. There's a lot of things that you need to learn. Um, I personally would say if I didn't do the 9 to 5, and I was lucky enough. So over the years, I had CEOs who were quite close to me. You know,
Okay.
we weren't just workers.
Yes.
We could talk.
We'll talk. Yeah.
And yeah, I would say to you, definitely go into. There's a lot of lessons. You gotta understand that. You know, when you're into that and you start learning, those people are up there and they've learned a lot already. Take that knowledge,
Sponge.
take that and take it in. Because to date, starting this business, if I didn't go through all of those CEOs, all those rough times, those, hey, today you're working later. Why? Because we got to push for that target. This would not be successful. Because I had to learn all of that. So yes, I can change it up a bit where I can say, I own this business. I'm wearing my shorts.
Tweak it.
But also, I don't get up at 11 o'clock because I run my own business.
Yes.
I'm quite strict with my time and I'm on par.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I think. Yeah. That's it for me. I don't know if Lindsay has any final questions or anything to add, since he always has something to say.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Oh, wow.
He loves to.
I get paid to talk. And by the way, if you're watching this, I am available for bookings, motivational speaking, one-on-one
MCing.
coaching, emceeing, keynote speaker. So is the man that says I talk a lot. We do talk at a fee though, but it's well worth it. Yeah, I think from my side, like I said in the beginning, there's still a lot more to come.
Yeah.
What you're seeing on this couch is not the end of it. It's actually the start. We are looking at collaboration, and we open to collaborate with anybody. This is the People's Podcast. We want ordinary, real, raw stories that educate, inspires, and inform. The same way now a lot of people wouldn't understand the hype around the E30s and why a E30, which is 30,000 Rand in the book, can be sold for 1.2 million in the street. That's information. That's educating. Yeah, we still gonna do a lot of that. So from here on, from my side, it's just a pause for now. It's not an ending. But I think let's give it to Mo for him to close it down for us. Mo, what is it that you want to say in closing? Maybe if someone was watching or listening and forgot everything we've said over the entire last 45 minutes, what is that one thing that you'd like to say to them?
I think for me, it always goes back to youngsters. It always goes back to motivating and just push for what you believe. You know, if there's something in your mind, it's there for a reason. Push. You might not achieve it now. I've had dreams of doing what I'm doing now years ago, but I didn't give up on it. It might have been prolonged. It it stayed there in the back. But I would say believe in yourself, put pressure on yourself, especially when you're young. You know, make the effort from when you're young. Stay away from all the wrong, all the drugs, all of that. It's really not worth it. It's really, you know, we all were young. We all had the pressures of friends and what they're doing, and you just fall into it. But time is money. Time is money.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I think that's it for today's edition of the Lenzito podcast. My name is Mr. Lenzito, the number one motivator south side of the equator. Shopping away.
Cheerio. Like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.